afternoon. Today I'm going to present to you what death penalty is and how it is applied here in Colombia. Death penalty. For you to know better, I have here a quote of Albert Camus that says, "Death penalty in Colombia should be legal because it is the only one that gives a fair penalty to atrocious crime like rape." So, for you to understand better this presentation, I have some terms that you should know. That is death penalty. That is when the government executes someone because they have committed a serious crime. But what is a crime? A crime is an unlawful fact punishable by a state or other authority. And legalization is the process of removing a legal prohibition against something which is currently not legal. For you to understand better this presentation, you have to go through a context. Death penalty has been in our historical world for a long time ago. If you know, historically, death penalty for many empires was the only solution of punishment. How can you explain this? In the Roman Empire, sometimes this empire had to make war with other countries or other civilizations in which they took slaves and make them pay for being against their Roman Empire, right? So what they did was to this slave, when they were too much slave, they gave them punishment, and this one was to execute them in front of everyone in a principal square that they had in all their civilizations. Another point is that the ones that committed crimes like robberies, being against the empire, one of the solutions that the king had was to kill the one and to make them pay. And the only way to do that was by killing them. Time later, in the French Revolution, they appear what we all know are human rights. Human rights says that people and life should be the principal thing in which the whole world should act for. Humans nowadays think that life is the most important right ever that should have all society. So that's why in that decade abolitionist movement appeared by saying and being against the ones who kill people without reason or just of killing them because of simple crimes like being against an ideology that was very common in that type of moment in the era. For you to know, actually, death penalty is legal in many states of the United States of America. Some of the states are against death penalty. Why is that? Because they think that death penalty isn't the solution of resolving different problems. And sometimes death penalty is just the way to improve violence in the country. Some of them have death penalty because they think that the death penalty is the only way that you can take the crime away, that you can make it like the state being a better place for everyone, because they have different activities and different studies that says that people that commit crimes and go to jail and stay in jail, the only thing that they do when they get out is to commit again that type of crimes. For you to know, an important fact is that here in Colombia in 2006, 5,243 cases of sexual abuse happened to women. And that's just for women, because in children, this is one very huge problem. But as you know, death penalty in Colombia should be legal for rapists because it is a crime that should have the full weight of law. If you know, and if you can see, this topic has two different types of points. The ones that are for death penalty and the ones that are against death penalty. What does this mean? But the one in fourth says that death penalty guarantees that those executed will not commit any further crimes, and that sometimes can be true. Why is this? Because if you execute someone that committed a crime, this person doesn't exist anymore. And the thing is that if they don't exist, it's obviously that no one can commit that type of crime again. But the ones that are against says that death penalty it's cruel, it's inhuman, and it's degrading. What does this mean? That sometimes the people, the person that kills this type of person, what should this person think? That's the arguments that the ones that are against say. Why this person makes it different than the one who committed the crime? For the ones that are against, they put into the table that that the principal idea of the human world is the life, and killing someone isn't the solution. But the ones that are for this topic says that having death penalty in some cases, always not to all of them, should be necessary. Why is this? Because the people, an example of this is the people that make rapists are sick, and if they are sick, they have no solution. And there are studies, as I mentioned before, that says that these type of people, when they go to jail, they are in prison and all that stuff, what they do when they go out is that they commit this type of crimes again. Why is it? Because it's necessary for their lives to make them happen. One quote that we can find about the ones that are against is that death penalty is a symptom of a culture of violence, not a solution to it. But what do you think when a case like Juliana Zamboni happened here in Colombia? You think it's fair for these men to get out in 13, 15 or even 20 years by knowing there is a little girl that has been sexual abused, that has been killed in a very atrocious way? So that's the thing that we think it's necessary having death penalty for this type of people, because it is important to know that everyone really needs to have justice in the world. And in Colombia, the ones that are with this type of punishment says that death penalty in these cases of sexual abuse should be necessary, because these people after having this type of atrocious crimes with them, the only thing that they need, or the only thing that they think, is for having justice, because always they're gonna be with this type of thing that happened to them. So of course it is necessary death penalty in Colombia. Thank you very much.